Hi, everyone. It's Anahata. How are you? So good to be with you today. Hey, I want to apologize in advance. My internet is shoddy at best, and so you may only be able to hear my voice. Hopefully you can see me too. But if that doesn't happen, hey, we're going to roll with it anyway. Hi, Kaja, or Kaya. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Thanks for joining me. So guys, I just launched a new website that is designed to support empaths in remembering their power, purpose, and potential. Because boy, has that all gotten twisted with the lies of fear and the way our world is working. A lot of empaths are confused, suppressing a lot of things, building walls, and fear is really the theme. When you hear the word empath, you think of people who are perhaps overly sensitive. You guys, this is a gift. This is not a curse, and we should not fear our ability to tap into emotional energies. This is co-creative juice. It is a law of attraction on crack, basically. As empaths, you have a unique ability to translate the thought patterns and emotional energies which are coming into contact with you in beautiful, magnificent, magical ways, including the fear-based emotions that come to you. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is the first of 3 videos. Today we're going to talk about the power that you have as an empath. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the purpose, and the next day or soon after we'll talk about the potential. Now you can read about all of this by going to www.empoweringempaths.org. I will also list the Facebook group where we are going to do more hands-on training, including a free 2-hour workshop on this subject. Guys, there is hope. Tag people in this post if you know of anyone who's struggling with their sensitivity of emotion, of feeling energies, if they're feeling trapped in any way, or if they're just unsure of what it means or how to work through it. And so guys, today I'm going to talk about that chapter of the guide that's all about your power. And it's super easy. Your power is one word. Your power as an empath is your response. Okay, what does that mean, Anahata? What it means is that your response to your environment is what dictates your physiology. If that is also over your head, however you feel or think or respond to what's going on around you becomes your reality. Your body doesn't know the difference between a perceived threat and an actual threat. Case in point here, there's a lot of chemical reactions that go on in your body at the drop of a dime. Things that are programmed and wired in. Unfortunately, a lot of these wirings go back and are external to ourselves even. This is epigenetics, fears and motivations passed down above the gene, epigenetics, look that one up. Also, societal beliefs, what we've been told, right? Things we've learned once and deemed as truth. That's another one, right? We think, oh, this has happened, this is the way it is, and through saying this is the way it is, that's what we call forth to us, and that is in fact what we experience. Your truth is your truth. This is the source of all arguments, is that both sides feel they are right, okay? And I like to say, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong, just if you want more of it. And so guys, your power as an empath is your response to the environment, not the environment itself. And the real problem that we're facing as empaths is that we're allowing the fear of external emotions and the thought that it's happening to us dictate how we feel. No, you're in charge, okay? You can never experience anything that you aren't allowing on a vibrational level. Okay, so co-creation, your ability to feel into these emotional energies, both fear-based and love-based, in order to co-create the best outcome is your gift. Your power is your response. And I really want to hit home the idea, and I want you to maybe play around with this for the next few days, is that you really can't have a bad day. You can only have a perception of a bad day. And now, sure, you could say, well, no, you know, if my dog gets run over, if I, you know, lose something, if I have problems at work, if my husband's fighting with me, if my teenager is out of control, you can say, no, I can have bad days. What I'm here to help you through, and that the guide also explains, is that it's your response to those things which either helps ease you into more of what you want or helps you focus and therefore energize what you don't want. So we can either resist and those things can persist, or we can shift. And here's where your power of response really comes into play. If you are a conscious co-creator and you realize that what you focus on, you are saying yes to, it could be tempting to therefore suppress, right? Oh, this doesn't feel good. I'm going to banish that. Or I'm going to block that. In fact, that's what we do our entire lives. As soon as the ego is perceived of, that is, I am me, you are you, this is me, this is that, this is this pencil, this is this water, right? As soon as we start labeling things, that separation sets in from source at a very young age. We start perceiving of what will give us love and what won't. And we start labeling and judging, right? Things that don't feel good must be bad. And you don't want to feel that way, right? So you push those away. You don't allow them within who you are because it doesn't give you love. Now, guys, that's okay. That's a great, we suddenly have this GPS on what is aligned with who we are and what isn't. It's very helpful. What is aligned with us is unconditional love. That is who we are. And so all pain is the discord felt between what your source point, your anahata, knows, which is unconditional love, and anything in conflict with that. So if your energy is being fragmented, separated, split, due to the false illusion of bad, evil, wrong, things you don't want that don't feel good, etc., that's going to lead to more and more pain, because what's going to happen is you're going to be adding those elements to your shadow. Now, this is a psychological philosophy. You can go read about it. I would recommend taking my Grid for Gaia course, which helps you through all of this. Shadow integration, block removal, understanding the psyche and why you would be having these motivations, but more importantly, how to integrate the shadow, not banish them. Because what happens, interestingly enough, is the more we push back or suppress, it doesn't go away. It stays in our energy field. And this is why empaths can feel fearful. We've accumulated a lot of this energy from the external world into our matrix of commanding things to us. And then even if we're not entertaining them, you know, we don't want to feel that, we don't want to, you know, we're blocking it, we're pushing it out. The emotion has already occurred. We've felt it. And so now we're carrying around, I want you to imagine this big shadow filled with all this icky stuff. We're carrying this around, and it is commanding forth more of the same. And this can be confusing. This is why you always date the wrong man. This is why you never seem to get ahead. This is why all these things where you're like, I'm not focused on it. I'm not asking for this. And it just is. Why? It's because you've got a lot of vibrational pulling, a lot of vibrational asking for it. And so your power is your response to your environment. Your body doesn't know the difference between what is in reality and what you perceive of. And so we are in an inclusive universe. What we focus on, we build, we wire, and we experience. And so this is where shadow integration, block removal can be so paramount in your journey to remembering wholeness, to remembering that every day is a gift no matter what, even the quote-unquote bad days. And in fact, they are helpful fodder, I call it, for what you do want. So I want you to play with this, back to what I was trying to explain a couple minutes ago. I want you to play with this idea over the next week or so. And that is that we are expansive beings, okay? We are all, that's our job, and we're going to get into that in the purpose segment that I'm going to do tomorrow. But I'll just clue you in. Our purpose is to expand the fabric of the universe with our unique energy signature for highest good. There you go. That's tomorrow's topic. I'm going to share some more about that. In doing that, let me take a sip of water. Hold on here. So in expanding, I want you to remember, and guys, again, this is all a remembrance. This isn't stuff that you don't know. It's just stuff that you've forgotten, usually through society, brainwashing, epigenetics, fear-based tactics, manipulation, all of the stuff that they want us to believe. We get to ask, align, and allow in order to expand. We are here to co-create more. Now, whatever we energize becomes. Now, if you're not fully believe in that, think about anything in the world. It had to come first as conscious thought, and then intention, and then an action, right? This is just the way creation works. You start with creativity and a desire. The law of attraction brings that to you in response to your asking, and the components work together, and you birth things, ideas, products, ways of improving things. The sky's the limit. Nothing in the world has been randomly created, not even a blade of grass, okay? So we are vibrational beings. This is our God-given gift as co-creators. And what we ask for vibrationally is then orchestrated through the law of attraction, and that's what we experience, including our beliefs, including other thoughts. So again, what we energize, what we focus on, we are saying yes to. Think about how scary that can be if you are not a conscious co-creator. But now I want you to shift it into empowerment, in knowing that your response is what is going to call forth the components. You get to choose. And this means even in the trauma, drama, it's a learning experience, not only of what you want, but what you don't want. And the don't want is contrast. And that is the most beautiful thing. We cannot see where we are on the peak if not for the valleys. We cannot desire where we want to go in life if we don't experience where we don't want to be. And so in that way, it is a beautiful gift to have a bad day, but not to lose your focus on your heart, on your anahata, on unconditional love, on what it is you want. And so I encourage you over the next week to begin to label in a good way, in a discerning way, in an appreciative way, any conflict or drama or trauma as a teacher, as a guru, as a gift, as raw fodder for your evolution. For it is through those pain points that we've labeled as bad that we actually get to birth the desires that are going to pull forth the reality of where we want to be. Anything you've ever wanted, you've only wanted it in the not having, right? It's true. And so we've got to get really good with the state of isness, which is going to happen for the rest of your life. And that is, you are always going to be wanting what you don't have. And so here we get into the difference between people who are perpetually happy and people who are perpetually unhappy. It's in the asking. We all ask. Either we want it or we don't. Any concern or desire, it's a vibrational asking of, hey, I like this, I want more of it, or no, this isn't good. Either way, we're asking, right? Asking. So the people who are the happiest are those who can be satisfied in the asking without the thing they want already being in the now. Okay? It does take a little while, but guys, if you can center knowing that once you do appreciate the lesson, the drama, the trauma, the birthing of the desire, the contrast of knowing what you do want and don't want, that you can use that energy to align with what you want. And the only way you can do that is through appreciation and knowing that you will get there. So we have to get good at being okay in the absence of what we want and take it as a gift that we were even able to decipher and have that experience. So over the next week or so, I'd like you to look at all of your pain and suffering as learning moments and as energy possibilities for expansion, okay? And so your power as an empath is your response to your environment, not what's actually happening, okay? And suppression, don't start sending things to shadow, and they don't go away, guys. They don't go away. We got a lot of baggage too, right? Epigenetics, belief structures. 90% of our day is spent on programs, right? We're just playing these old paradigms of truth without thinking of them consciously. So really getting into mindfulness, being centered in the now. Again, you're on a hatha. Right now is your place of power. The past is the past. The future hasn't come yet. No sense of getting depressed about the past or things that you really wanted that aren't so. That's resistant. And no sense getting anxious for the future that you aren't sure of, because it is a sure thing. It's a sure thing. What you focus on, you will get more of. So focusing on the anxiety of it is, oh, you're going to have a rough ride. It's not aligned with your center point, right? Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about your purpose. And we did talk about a lot, but I want you to go to empoweringempaths.org, download the guide, and I'm just rolling through here because some people prefer talking it out versus reading. Likewise, some people prefer reading. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any points from the guide that I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, you get to choose your response in every moment, and your power is your response. So just remember that. It's not metaphorically, it's literally. Your response is what will manifest on a biological level and out into what you experience through the law of attraction. Biologists are proving this, guys. It is our response to our environment which activates dynamic gene expression, your physiology, the things that occur, not the environment itself. Right, I was going to do a little test here, not a test, just a case in point with all of that, and programs, and the power of programs and past experiences, and how we need to rewire in the now, in the is, to love-based responses versus fear. This is just a good explanation of that. Picture a cutting board with me, okay? Now I'm grabbing a big, yellow, bumpy, juicy lemon in my hand. It's cool. I'm going to make some lemonade. And I'm taking a knife and I'm cutting that lemon, and the juice is just coming out all over the cutting board. My point in doing this is you are probably having some kind of response biologically to me just saying that, right? And so again, it's the same biological response as if you were to lick a lemon. We run on programs, and a lot of them are beneficial. Don't get me wrong, they're awesome. But a lot of them are extremely disruptive, and we need to be able to choose in the moment if we want more of it or less of it. All right? Sup, Dan? How are ya? Hi, Denise. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. I'll give you a shout out in just a second. But your power is in the now. And if we live in the past, all we're going to be doing is regurgitating pain cycles. Why, I should have done this. What if this? I wish I could change this. It's really fruitless. And it's also weaving further the pattern that you don't want, okay? So knowing that each moment is a gift in the now, and it's your opportunity to respond to it, knowing that it is all a lesson. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher. No suppression. We don't want to banish things to shadow. We don't want to say, oh, that doesn't feel good. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to build another wall. Oh, no. Wall equals it's still there, and you're pulling it around now like a piano. One of the coolest quotes that ever came across from a student was that after using the Anahata codes, she felt like for the first time in a long time that she wasn't pulling a piano around. Yes, that is the side effect of the 7 tools of restoration, which you will learn about through my teachings, the Anahata codes: reflecting, releasing, rewiring, replenishing, resonating, reuniting, and rejoicing your way back to the memory of wholeness. That is what healing is. And it's a beautiful journey. There is no limitation. So our chronic thoughts and our emotions dictate what is called to us through the law of attraction. And it's not about what we ask for, it's about what we're focused on. And the universe brings us in spades exactly what we are entertaining. And so you may think, well, that's a catch-22, because if I suppress, I'm not entertaining it. The energy is there. Only through conscious appreciation of that component and the choosing, again, through light, through empowerment and energizing what is in appreciation for where it will get you, can you integrate? Can you begin to integrate and choose your response, right? Not out of suppression, but out of the ability to then craft and mold and use that component, whether it feels bad or good, into pulling towards you what you want out of life. All right, so let me just scroll through and make sure there's nothing else I wanted to say. Yeah, there's a conundrum built in with our defense mechanisms, right? We get so defensive. We start arguing for our limitations. Well, this is occurring to me and it's not fair, it's not just, I'm in the right. And I like to say, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. It's a learning experience, and do you want more of it or not? What do you want to choose? For both parties, it's always going to be a learning experience. Within the synapses of our brain, though, we can wire in a lot of disruption. And so this is where, really empowering yourself to choose your response to your environment is so, so, so critical, especially if you are an empath. Our mental and emotional habits, we got to snap out of those. We got to be present in the now, and work through our epigenetics, our ancestry, our family units, our societal upbringings, our brainwashing, our conditioning through active appreciation and also integration of your shadow. Now, if this sounds like something that you want assistance with, go to Grid for Gaia, Grid, the number 4, Gaia.com. I'm hosting a 5-week masterclass series, which is starting here in a couple weeks in early July, right after the holiday. So if you are wanting to do that, by the way, if you hear this a year from now, There will be another one coming up, so go to gridforgaia.com for more information. And go to empoweringempaths.org to download this 20-page guide. Today, all we focused on was the power portion of the guide. There's so much more in there for you. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. Thank you for hanging in with me. Your power is your response. A lot of us do need assistance in rewiring and overriding those thought patterns that we've been regurgitating, those pain patterns, but you can do it. And it is freeing. You will never have another bad day. You will take all inputs as gifts and use it to mold not only the best future for yourself, but in doing so, the best future for anyone who knows you and the world. You are each weaving your own part of this tapestry. It can either be fear-based or love-based. I know what feels best for me and you, because we are unconditional love. So we can remember this unity. And thank you so much for your part in co-creating more love on the planet. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Dan. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Jennifer. Oxford. Qasim. Jermaine. Denise. Scott. Kim. Brad. T.A. Marianne. Chris. Sally. Sunny. Rashi, Elizabeth, Monica, Carney, Kaya, everyone else who joined that I can't see now, Mary. Oh, Mary, hi, my neighbor, she's across the street. She's probably going, wow, this lady's a little more nutty than I thought. But hey, you know, replay if you need to. There's a lot of good nuggets of truth in here. And guys, I'm not the end-all be-all, right, at all. I'm just getting this information and sharing it. It's up to you to now form your discernment. What speaks to you, what doesn't. It's all a gift. And so keep on going, guys. The journey is getting interesting as we are approaching a threshold in our manifestation abilities where the allowance phase is shorter, meaning we ask vibrationally and we can align much faster, hence experience what we want much faster as well. Our transformation capabilities, our manifestation capabilities are coming into a higher threshold of alignment as we ascend into a new dimension. Empaths, you are needed to help accelerate this, right? Step into your power. It's time. You are not a victim, and you get to choose, and you get to mold, and you get to create. And it is a gift that you can feel so deeply and powerful with your emotional asking. Yes. All right, guys. Love you so much. Have a good one. We will talk soon. Mwah. And I'll put the links here in this feed. All right, guys. Have a blessed day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.